traditional drink of Bedouins, the center of our social life.
Well, it's very good. It's strong.
This is the first time I've liked coffee, you guys.
In the evening, the man will make it in a pot like this, after a long day of brutal work in the hot sun.
There's something about this desert. It makes this coffee, don't you think?
I think about your mom a lot.
Very mature.
Actually, I really appreciate you having us here. Mr.
You can call me Xavier.
Is that an Arabic name?
Well, it is and it isn't.
What I was going to say is, how about we start off with some quick introductions? I'll go first. My name is Michael Berliner, and as you can see, these are my students. This is the first time we've included a sort of Bedouin experience to our high school's annual trip to Israel. It's been really eye-opening so far.
They're so young. We get a lot of older, young-looking people from America on a sort of tour of the country.
I see. Well, these aren't just any students. They're juniors in my world history honors class. Very bright.
Certain people among us notwithstanding.
I feel like American Jews really owe it to themselves to visit this place at least once in their lives. Unfortunately, a lot of organized group tours for college students are a bit lacking in a depth, I find. In coming here, I want my students to really get a handle on what it means to be a part of history.
To be one group of people among others.
Yes, we're very fortunate in that we're a private Jewish high school. That way, we can give our students these extra opportunities they wouldn't normally have.
Yes, I sent my own nephew to receive private education, my oldest nephew. I feel it made him very intelligent.
Oh, well, that's enough of me. Sometimes I tend to talk for a long time, as any of my students will tell you. Adam, you introduce yourself.
Will do. I'm Adam. Like everyone else here, I go to Lower Sequoia Jewish Community High School. That's in California, USA. I basically feel very lucky to be on this trip. I feel like I'm going to be a lot more educated about global issues when I get back from here. That's it.
That's it?
Josh.
Hi. You want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Josh. My hobbies are judoism and acting. I also really like football. And by football, I mean real football.
Soccer.
Yeah, that's right. Also, it's pretty amazing to ride those camels.
Yeah.
Magnificent beasts.
It was pretty funny when one of those camels spit on Bobby.
You guys make fun of him way too much.
But he was so upset about his little hat.
Is Bobby still washing up?
He should be coming back at any moment, Mr. Berliner.
Let's hope so. I know he's in very capable hands with Antoine, your oldest nephew. But we really shouldn't be letting anyone out of our sight for the duration of this trip.
No reason we can't finish these up first.
You're probably right.
So I suppose I'm next. My name is Estelle Idea. I teach at the school these students attend. I teach Hebrew, but I've been coming along on this trip for several years now. I guess Mr. Berliner values my insights as a one-time native of this country.
I certainly value your unusual contributions to the intellectual atmosphere around here.
Mr. Berliner and I don't always see eye to eye, but we both find it incredibly refreshing to come along on this trip every year.
I can imagine.
My name is Karen, and I'm surprised no one has talked about the main reason we're here, Mr. Berliner's World History Honors class. Anyways, that's what my main interests are. World history, politics, global issues and stuff. I also enjoy world travel, and bagels. I also liked riding the camels earlier. I'm sorry if this is taking too long. I'm just really fascinated by this whole region of the world, with all the constant media images we are subjected to, as Americans.
There will be plenty of time to discuss that.
Should I let Brandon talk?
Someone should find a way to make Brandon never open his mouth.
Did you say they were brothers?
What? Oh yes, those two. We generally try to avoid putting twins in the same class, but it's such a small school.
My name is Brandon. I like to eat pizza. I like to wear sunglasses. I don't see what the problem is. I like to watch comedy movies with a good message at the end. And dogs. I definitely like dogs.
Actually, Brandon is very heavily involved in community service. He and Adam both are.
That's true.
I understand the challenge of family members. For example, other nephews of mine are dumb as posts, yet they do everything I say. But Antoine is still failing to grace us with his presence.
Is it my turn? Okay. My name is Ezra, like the prophet. I'm interested in useless stuff. A bunch of useless stuff. Semantics, 18th century military history, basically everything with an arcane and impractical set of rules. Although, an interest in constructive languages is practical.
Okay. I'm Addie, and I suppose I'm here for the same reason everyone else is. I've never been out of the USA before. I just find it heartwarming and a little bit overwhelming, the incredible kindness and hospitality of all the people we've met here.
Well, thank you.
Well, that was very passionate. Okay, well, my name is Lalana, and, I still can't say I know what to say about myself.
Just say something.
Okay, well, I like sunsets and long walks on the beach. Just kidding. Well, actually, I do like those things. Okay, and I also am moved by everyone's hospitality. There, I said it. Is that enough?
I think our loyal security personnel officer should introduce himself.
I'm not important. I'm here to make sure no one kills each other. It's been close.
Okay, well, I'm Hadassah. I have a few questions.
We really need to speed this up.
Okay, but just a few things. First, is the food for the traditional Bedouin meal that's supposed to be held after this, is it kosher? Because kosher food's not supposed to combine meat and milk.
It's fine. Didn't you read the handout?
Okay, but then I was also going to ask about that black mask on the wall. I mean, what is it? Is it going to be part of the presentation on Bedouin culture?
It's a face covering for women. In Islam, modesty requires women to keep their faces covered in public.
The concept of hijab.
Exactly. But this is a burqa from a man. The way it looks like a mask, it's not a typical style for our region, and it's made by hand.
Is it extremely valuable?
Valuable? Yes. It's hard to get this quality of work, and has a lot of history behind it, a lot of personal meaning.
That's why you're displaying it.
Okay, who's next? Hadassah, you've already introduced yourself.
I think I'm next.
Wait a minute. Bobby's still not here.
Oh my god, that's true. Shouldn't he be here by now?
That's right. It shouldn't be taking him this long.
Antoine is helping your student to wash his clothes.
Maybe he and the camels are bonding.
Should I go look for him?
It shouldn't be taking him 20 minutes.
I'll find him, Mr. Berliner.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Danny.
Is it still my turn to introduce myself?
What? Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, well, my name's Rachel, and...
Actually, let's just wait until Bobby gets back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
We can start serving the food.
You won't get the stain out like that.
What?
A camel spits on you, it's more like vomit. There's stomach contents involved, acids, things like that.
That's disgusting.
I'm saying you need something stronger than water to get it out. Lye, perhaps.
Do you have soap?
No.
Okay. Wait, how can you not have soap? Are you here because you're supposed to be washing the camels?
Do you want to hear a story?
Okay.
Okay, good. I will tell you the story of how my uncle betrayed everything that is good and decent, but also weak and helpless in this world, in order to satisfy his perverse greed and lust. Also, to run a business for tourists.
Really?
Yes, he shares the money he gets with the government.
Wow. Wait, what about the soap?
Don't worry, I'll get you something. Just listen, my uncle, he's the guy who runs this place.
He's the one who greeted us. Xavier?
That's the one. He's expecting me to be in the big tent right now, helping him put on some kind of show. What he won't tell you is the real story of the Bedouin people.
The real story?
Well, they mostly don't exist anymore. There used to be a lot of different tribes in this desert, herding sheep and stuff like that. Now, they either moved away, or the ones who are left live in cities. Special cities that were built for them.
Built by who?
Whom? Built by whom? By the Jews. Sorry, by the government. They saw all Arabs as a political threat and wanted everybody to modernize. They wanted everybody to live in cities and apartment houses so they would be easier to control.
Well, I don't think that...
It's just what happened. I'm not trying to judge you.
But modernization isn't necessarily bad. Maybe the government was just trying to help.
Help? Are you seriously so naive? They took over the land that people were living on for thousands of years, didn't buy it. They took it for free and herded the people who were living there into scummy containment areas. The Bedouin cities are slums without running water, garbage disposal, or any kind of opportunity. They weren't meant to.
What do you mean?
And if you want to live outside of that, try to actually live in the style that tourists are being taught about, that only doesn't exist anymore because the government took it away. That's illegal.
What?
If they see you living in the desert, they send the police and the army to destroy your house, kick you out. Maybe they send a plane to destroy your crops. That's what happened to my family.
Really?
Yes. My uncle was living with my parents and brothers in an illegal settlement. My mother died, probably because of the chemical they used to spray our wheat harvest.
I guess I've never experienced anything like that.
No, probably not. They tried to kick us out many times after that and before. They destroyed our houses, but we always built them back up again. Finally, do you know what my uncle did?
No.
He cooperated with the government. They said we could stay here on the land that we already owned, on the land that my great-grandfather purchased from the Ottoman Empire. They said we could stay here on the condition that we operate this tourist site, give people like you the chance to ride a camel. My brothers and I all work for him now.
That's terrible. I didn't even like riding those camels very much.
They didn't seem to like you.
Maybe they didn't. Animals don't like me generally. So, what happened to your father?
What?
You said your father was living with you in the legal settlement. What happened to him?
Oh, he went away. He was so disgusted with what my uncle was doing. Probably has to work at the most insulting kinds of jobs. Or live off government benefits. That's even more insulting. My uncle betrayed his tribe.
Well, that's awful, but...
My uncle is a living lie. Even all the traditional Bedouin things, the old coffee pots and robes and jewelry he shows to the tourists, none of it comes from our family. He stole it. I swear I'm not making this up. He stole it from some Palestinian refugees whose home was razed. I know because I helped him do it. I was there.
You were?
There's an old burqa he likes to talk about. He makes it seem like it's some sort of family heirloom or something, which is a complete lie.
A burqa is like the thing women have to wear over their face if they're Muslim.
He stole it! I can't stand to look at that thing. It represents everything I hate about my uncle. His false and cowardly way of life.
Wait,
What?
didn't you say we were gonna get some soap?
Soap?
I mean, we've already been here for a long time. That was a really moving story and everything. It's European made. It's really hard to get this kind of hat.
Do you know why my English is so good?
No.
Because I learned everything I know from the internet.
That's pretty impressive.
Is anyone here?
Yes.
You still haven't finished washing your hat? Everyone's waiting.
Sorry.
You're really not supposed to leave the group. Let's go.
Good job waking up early, everyone. Angry camel problems apart, it's been a pretty successful visit to the Bedouins, I think. Everyone paid attention, asked good questions. The overnight stay went well. I'm relieved to report that there were no unauthorized forays from either gender into the opposite gender's sleeping area.
I wouldn't be so sure of that.
What was that, Brandon?
Did he sleepwalk into a seat?
Look, I'll take a photo for the yearbook.
Your yearbook photos suck.
No, they don't.
There's one that makes Bobby look like a weird Orthodox Jew.
Which one?
Be that as it may, now is actually the best time to catch up on sleep. It's a long drive to the Dead Sea, and believe me, you don't want to be tired when we hike up to the Masada. Remember, our time in Israel is almost over.
We can have phones again.
Yeah, just 2 more days at the Dead Sea in Jerusalem, one final night at Tel Aviv before we get on that plane to New York and San Francisco. So if you're not sleeping, you may want to take this time to reflect on what Israel means to you.
Will we have to write a paper on it?
About this trip? Well, it's certainly a major experience. Students tend to reflect on it several times throughout the year.
Oh.
I can't believe anyone has to ask that question.
Yeah.
I know, right? Please don't put your crotch in my face.
Sorry.
It's really annoying that there's an odd number of students. Why isn't Rachel sitting alone?
What do you mean? Why should I be the one who's always alone?
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't mean it in that way.
It's because your friend wants to sit by Brandon.
Is that so?
I think he's really asleep.
I'll stab you.
I'm really going to sleep right now.
So, what did you guys think of that whole Bedouin visit thing?
I thought it was pretty neat. Reminded me of the Fremen in Dune.
I liked it. It went better than I expected.
Really, I have to say, it turned out a little bit more corny and like Disney-fied than I expected. I mean, like all the camels and dancing and predetermined traditional songs. I know they didn't play a lot of actual traditional music.
Well, obviously, they couldn't have it be totally real. I thought it was cool they at least seemed to have fun with it.
You would think that.
Yeah, and you would think something else. I like the people. I like sleeping outdoors in tents.
Classic dyke.
Shut up, Ezra.
I wonder what Brandon thinks of all this.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What's going on?
Stay calm, everyone. Don't get out of your seats.
A truck is following us. I think they want us to pull over.
Well, then pull over.
That's what I'm doing. I wonder why they're following us.
I have to go talk to them. You stay here.
We both need to go, and Danny as well.
She's right. It's a security issue.
All right, Blago, you stay here. Don't get out of your seats. Stay calm. Adam, you're in charge.
Understood.
What's going on?
Yeah, do we know?
Can I move to the empty seat? There's more room there.
No.
Adam, you're really bossy. I want to know what's going on. Something seems wrong.
Let me see.
Now your crotch is in my face.
What? Move out of the way, please.
Hey.
Brandon, it's not cool to insult people by saying they're gay. And it's creepy when you do it.
Okay, yeah, there's a truck. The Bedouins are standing in front of it. They're wearing those headdresses. But they're not wearing the big robes anymore. Now Mr. Berliner is gesturing at the bus. Miss Idea's looking at Danny. I think she's trying to touch his gun.
Haha, what?
You guys, this could actually be serious.
That's what I was trying to say.
It seems like it's taking longer than a few minutes.
Why is he doing this? Why is Adam appointing himself the one who looks out of the stupid fucking window when that is obviously something anybody can do?
What are you talking about? I'm trying to help. It doesn't actually mean anything that Mr. Berliner put me in charge. It's weird to have to even point that out.
What the hell? You don't even notice when you're stepping on other people.
Thank you.
Who made it your job to interpret external reality for everyone? Huh? Huh? Reality is subjective, but you probably can't even truly comprehend what that means.
What?
Okay, I'm just pipe down, you two.
Just saying.
What was that all about?
Nothing. Sibling conflict.
Just sick of his shit.
You can't even truly comprehend what that means.
I'm Ezra, a fat, ugly hoe with no real friends.
I have friends.
All right, why don't we think of a quiet activity to do until they get back?
Poker.
All right.
Out of my way.
Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are playing with graphing calculators.
I guess I'll just watch.
I'm just gonna read. I think I'm gonna sleep.
Hey,
What?
I think you need this.
What? What is this?
Dead Sea mineral mud for your complexion.
Excuse me?
Where did you get that?
Oh, I stole it from the Bedouins.
You what?
They had a lot of this crap lying around. I guess they sell it to people for money. Supplement their tourist income. Want some essential oils?
Ooh, Brandon, the kleptomaniac.
This isn't. Are you being serious?
This stuff feels nice. Solana, you should put this on when we get to the Dead Sea if you want to. Get it on with my bro.
That's none of your business.
You know what they say about the Dead Sea? Someone loses their innocence there every year.
Who says that?
You know what they say about twins? My brother and I have a psychic link. I would feel everything.
I doubt anyone says that.
Brandon, this isn't funny.
What do you mean?
Well, if you really did steal that stuff without paying for it, then it was a little unethical.
And you're the ethics expert?
You know what's unethical? Camel toe.
Camel toe. Oh yeah, I get it. That should be illegal, I guess.
I saw Rachel with a camel toe once.
Is she still asleep?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, did you also steal that from the Bedouins?
I obtained it, yes.
That's pretty insane that they had that. I mean, talk about really commercializing their culture.
We don't even know what their actual culture is like.
You guys are just making excuses.
It was in their gift shop. I couldn't believe it.
Do you realize how bad this is?
Honestly, I think it's a little funny. It's a bit tragic, sure, but there is an ironic aspect to it.
It's disgusting. People take you into their home and you just.
Well, hold on. What they didn't actually do that much harm. It was unethical, yeah.
And they weren't exactly taking us into their home either. I mean, they were clearly a tourist business.
So that makes it okay?
It's okay to steal from a business. They're faceless entities, not like people. Thought I would give a shit if they were.
Right. You still believe in anarchy, Brandon.
Always.
Are you going to answer my question or not?
Hold on. Look, Brandon.
Very sexy.
Looks like something my ex-girlfriend would wear.
You never had a girlfriend.
She went to a different high school. She was into historical reenactment. Colonial American historical reenactment.
Of course.
I did something bad, Brandon. I too violated the code of hospitality.
Oh, did you bore the host to death?
No, Brandon.
Ow! Why'd you elbow me?
Your brother is so violent.
Yup.
I dishonored the Bedouin tent. I committed a theft.
Really?
Just this. It's not very much. I would never steal something expensive. But still, their poor security measures made it ridiculously easy. And most people are out of money by now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Anarchy, huh?
Wow. Did everyone steal something from the Bedouins last night? I mean, I've always known you didn't have any principles. You're actually always nice about it. Maybe that's why we're friends.
No, not everyone.
Well, actually, I stole something too.
You what?
Could you not be so loud about it? It was a necklace that looked exactly like the one my grandmother had. The guy we talked to, Xavier, said it was real silver.
So you just swooped it?
He said it might be real silver.
He was probably just trying to rip you off.
Well, I guess I didn't pay for it.
Wow. Okay, everyone. I've just returned from one of the saddest, most embarrassing conversations of my life. Never in the 10 years that I've been doing this trip have I been in a situation like this.
The Bedouins followed us because apparently we took some items from their gift shop.
Without paying for them. They had a gift shop?
Yes, Xavier, whom you all talk to, occasionally sells antiques to support his business.
He said that was most of what you saw in his tent. Bits and pieces he inherited from his family.
I'm not sure all of them were antiques.
That doesn't matter. He said that it's normal for some things to disappear after a student group visits. Usually he writes it off, he said. This time, the theft was so egregious that he felt it necessary to come after us personally and request we return the items for the sake of his business.
If any of you have these items in your possession and you would like to return them to their rightful owners, now would be a good time.
Yes?
Do they know it's us?
Well,
It's pretty straightforward.
The items in question were there last night, and they weren't there this morning. There was nobody else staying at the site.
There's a lot of missing stuff.
So we have until tomorrow night to return them before we go to the airport.
searching your bag shouldn't take long.
If none of you have anything else to say, that's exactly what I'd like Danny to start doing.
What is it, Brandon?
I don't think that's a good idea. Searching the bags right now.
Oh, and why is that?
Well, I probably speak for everyone when I say that I am in complete shock by what just happened, including whoever the perpetrators of this are. I'm being serious this time. And I just want to say that if we do a bag search right now, it's going to create an atmosphere of fear and suspicion that I think is ultimately going to be counterproductive. I mean, if we do find something and it turns out it was one of us, it'll be like, wow, we caught the thief. What a terrible person they are. This is a big shock, and I can tell everyone's ready to accuse each other. What if it was my own sibling?
What the?
Let's keep the personal accusations to a minimum.
Sorry. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Whoever did this did something childish and stupid and probably feels so bad by this point. If we have until tomorrow to return the items, why not give the person the chance to come forward on their own, without everyone looking at each other the way everyone's looking at each other right now?
So, does everyone agree with this?
No.
I'm not sure.
Yes. I think we should search the bags now. It's the fastest and most humane way.
Yes?
I agree with this idea. Doing a search now will give us the best chance of knowing who it is. We don't have much time. What if no one comes forward? Then we risk having nothing to give to those people, especially since, honestly, sorry, I think the person who did it was Brandon.
Adam.
This isn't right.
So, anyone?
Yes, I agree with Brandon. I think it would be counterproductive to basically embarrass and humiliate these people or person. I know this may sound weird, but I think I can imagine what this person or people are feeling like right now. I mean, you come out here on the other side of the world without your parents. You start being able to do things you'd ordinarily never do.
Huh. Well, unfortunately, that has some pretty serious consequences, because this is the real world.
If any of you have these items in your possession and we don't return them, we may not be able to visit these people again. Frankly, the whole Israel trip may be in jeopardy.
Class students stealing from Bedouin Arabs on a class trip. Yes?
I just wanted to say that however we do this, I hope the situation is resolved and justice is done. I also thought that Karen's comment was very insightful. She gave us a lot of insight into the banality of evil.
What does that mean?
Seems obvious. Most of the evil in this world isn't committed by these, terrible monsters, but by boring, selfish, conventional-minded people who think they're so talented and intelligent, but they're just conventional. That's what their so-called intelligence entirely consists of. The ability to be perfectly in touch with popular convention.
Now is not the appropriate time to reflect on abstract philosophy.
Sorry.
Rachel has her hand up.
So, does anyone have anything constructive to say?
Yes. What I think is maybe all of us should be punished. It doesn't matter who did it or not. We're all partly responsible for what happened.
What? I don't agree at all.
Yeah. No one's talking about punishment. I didn't say anything about punishment.
She just wants to not go to the Dead Sea because she's against swimming or something.
Maybe she believes in wearing a burqa.
Be quiet, everyone. We won't not go to the Dead Sea. Everything for this trip, and I mean everything, is set in advance. Rachel, I'm afraid it's true that this situation reflects badly on all of us. Believe it or not, I blame myself as much as I do any individual student. However, blame and punishment are not our primary concern at this point. Our primary concern is Xavier and his family. This is the last person I'm going to call on.
I just want to say something to whoever is responsible for all this. What were you thinking? How could you possibly decide it was okay to just screw over innocent people? I mean, is that why we came to Israel? So we could just confirm the stereotypes everyone already has about Americans? I mean, I get jokes and messing around, but don't you think we have a duty to be better than that?
That's a good point. Now, we need to come to a decision on this. How many of you agree with Brandon? That is, how many of you are willing to give whoever knows anything about this an extra day to come forward?